Hey guys, welcome back to HamsterTube, and today I am talking about basic hamster care. So the first thing you're going to need for your hamster is an enclosure, and I definitely recommend 450 square inches or over. Anything less than that is stressful for your hamster and can cause the following diseases. So Syrian hamsters can get something called wet tail, which is a very common, very deadly disease caused by stress. So this is less common in dwarf hamsters, but it is super common in Syrian hamsters. So please keep in mind that if your cage is under the bare minimum of 450 square inches, then it is considered unsuitable and you are causing your hamster a lot of stress. So the cages I recommend is the first one, the IKEA Detolf hamster cage. It is an IKEA glass cabinet, and you basically turn it on its side and you don't use the shelves or the door, and you can turn it into a hamster cage. And it looks super modern if you're putting it with the IKEA Calyx unit, and it looks really nice in your home, and I definitely recommend it. Another great cage is bin cages. This is for someone who maybe is using a cage, like using a small cage because they can't afford a large cage, and this is a very good idea for anyone. Bin cages are very nice looking cages, and basically you cut a hole in the lid of the bin, like a very big hole, and you put mesh over top of it, or another idea is to poke, to drill holes in the lid of the bin so that you have ventilation. I would not recommend that for any hamster that is a big chewer. So those are a couple cages that I recommend, but I definitely recommend way larger than 450 square inches. Around 800 square inches is a very good minimum for most hamsters. The next thing for your hamster that is very important is a water bottle or a water bowl. It is a very debated topic, water bottles and water bowls, but I personally recommend water bowls. I use a water bottle for my dwarf hamster because she is very small and I am paranoid that she will fall into her water and hurt herself. So I use a water bottle with her. But for my Syrian hamster, Angel, I use a water bowl because it's a better neck position for them and it's more natural. So you can use either one as long as it is, if you're using a water bottle, a height where they can just walk up to it and drink without bending their neck. So the next thing is food. I use a commercial mix called Market Medley Hamster and Gerbil Diet. And this is very high in fat and fiber, but I also have a very high protein mix that I made myself, and I also do veggies every other day, and I feed the mix every other day also. So the days I am not feeding the mix, I am feeding them veggies. Another thing that is pretty important to your hamster is a house. I recommend a wood house. This is a plastic house that I have, but I only use the plastic houses when I'm getting a hamster at the beginning because I don't want them to be sick and infect my wood items and then we have to throw them out. So I have my little pink plastic house here. I do recommend wood items for your hamster so that when they chew on it, it doesn't wreck their teeth or anything. It is just a nice material. Wood is a great material for your hamster. Plastic toys are okay for hamsters. They're not going to kill your hamster. Just make sure that they don't chew on them. I also definitely recommend there is a certain house I'll leave it up on the screen somewhere, but it is a great house. It has different sections so that your hamster can go through each section, and it's like what they would do in the wild with their tunnel system. So that is a very great house. I can't get it where I live, so I don't have it, but if you have it in your stores, I know the UK and a couple other countries have that certain type of house. That is a very great house for your hamster. The next thing that you are going to need for your hamster, which is obviously very important, is a wheel. This is recommended for dwarf hamsters. It is the 6.5-inch silent spinner. For Syrians, you need 8-inch or bigger. I personally recommend 10-inch for most Syrians. I use the Carolina Storm Express wheel, and it is honestly the best wheel I've ever seen. It is so silent and it's so nice, and I'll leave a link in the description where you can get it. But this is the 6.5-inch silent spinner. I recommend these for most dwarf hamsters. If you have a very big dwarf hamster, then maybe an 8-inch, but I would not go larger than an 8-inch and definitely not smaller than a 6-inch wheel. The next thing that is very important for your hamster is chew toys. This is just a little wood chew toy with a ball inside, and you can get any type of wood chew toy. It doesn't matter if it's dyed or not, just make sure it is natural food dye. But this is a great chew. You need wood chews or loofah chews. You just need chews for your hamster, and hamsters' teeth never stop growing, so they need chews to wear down your teeth, and wood is a good thing to wear down their teeth with. The next thing you need for your hamster is toys. This is just a little airplane plastic toy, and this is a Habit Trail Ovo tube, but these are very nice items to have in your cage. You need a lot of toys in your hamster's cage, almost to the point of it being semi-crowded. Obviously you want your hamster to be able to move, but hamsters don't like big open spaces, so you can use toys to fill out the spaces that you still have in your cage. The next thing you're going to need for your hamster, this is an optional item, but you can use sand, or I use the Eco Earth shredded coconut fiber, and sand and Eco Earth are very good for your hamster to roll in, especially if you have a dwarf hamster. They tend to like bathing in it, but Syrians like digging in it, and most hamsters use it as a toilet, so it is better for cleaning out their cage, because all you have to clean out is their sand bath. This is also important for your hamster. You're gonna need a travel cage. I use the Habit Trail Ovos as my travel cages for my hamsters, and they seem to really enjoy them. I obviously do not use them as a main habitat, but these are very nice cages. You are going to need a travel cage for if you're ever moving them to a pet sitter's place, or if you are moving in general, or if you need to take them to the vet. This is a very important item to have, is a travel cage. The last thing you are going to need for your hamster, I can actually not show to you because you are going to need a vet fund. This is very important for owning a hamster. You can't own a hamster and just assume that when they get sick, they're not going to need to go to the vet. So please have an exotic vet in your area, and schedule who's your exotic vet that you're going to go to and how much money do you have saved up. You need to save up at least $150, if not more, for your hamster's vet care. It is very important that your hamster gets the requirements it needs. So yeah guys, I'll see you guys in the next video. And wait, in a future video I am going to be doing a Q&A, so please put in the comments down below your questions. See you guys soon.